as I said, like we are uh, quite directionless as of this point. Like we are thinking what to do. Like we were thinking of getting some industry experience also. Like just like we have been self-learning only for the past some months, but we are thinking of getting to know some industry people. So, like, do you have anything like? Can you connect us with some industry people so uh, we can get like knowledge of the market or industry as of now?
My entire purpose is for you folks to realize that everything is quite open and flexible and available when it comes to blockchains, crypto, and Web3. There are these online communities, and literally anybody, anywhere can find what they want. Okay, but I kind of have realized by talking to some newcomers, especially younger folks who are in college and all, they don't feel completely um, empowered to just go and do stuff, and maybe there is something
Mm.
to get you folks started, and for you to get the confidence that you can find what you're looking for, right? So, and also the whole exploration part where you're not sure what you're looking for, or if is it for me, is it not, and you can do it all by yourself. It's a question of literally being on either Twitter or going to their website, finding their Discord, going to the Discord and asking questions and things like that. And and maybe you want a little bit of confidence as to somewhere to start, even with a particular project, what it is, where it is, some context you want. So that is where I thought I can help. But really beyond that, you just mention something, any part of crypto, Web3, blockchain, and I can tell you, okay, this is where you can go, this is where you can go, and these are the places where you can ask, or these are the places where you can find reading, or these are the things you can do, literally any part of it. So a part of the reason why I wanted to make that document is, in my view, it gives you just anything you find interesting, you will be able to go through the document and find where exactly it fits. That's the entire, for me, it is a mind map of blockchain, crypto, and Web3. That's the document that I shared. For me, that's a mind map. So if you tell me some project, okay, it actually is this part of the entire landscape of blockchains and things like that. So, I mean, which part, again, your question was, do I have any references to any projects, some place where I can, guide, point you to
Mm.
for industry experience.
Mm.
So the industry experience on blockchains, you know,
Yeah.
core blockchain tech, which I have mentioned, is basically the actual blockchain, which is either Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, Avalanche, Polygon. These are all actual blockchains. So
Mm.
if you want to explore and get some experience there, then you directly some of these many of these blockchains are open source, and some of these have open development cycles. There is an entire improvement proposal process where everything is on GitHub, and these are open source repositories. Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchains like Celestia and some others, they're all open source. So if you the most familiar that I am with is Ethereum. So there is the Ethereum GitHub repo, there is the HackMD proposal. So if you're interested, again, there are two parts of the blockchain. One is the research part, which is core cryptography solutioning, future solutioning of and creation of specification of something on the roadmap. Let's say sharding. Sharding is on the roadmap Ethereum, so specification of that, or builder proposer, block builder, block proposer separation. So that is something on the roadmap of Ethereum. The roadmap is published. Ethereum roadmap is published. It is very widely, it's documented. So anything on that, if you want to contribute, you go to the HackMD portal of Ethereum, and there you can read all the past proposals, discussions that are happening. All of it is public. Literally every core dev is there, and they are accepting, they are engaging in discussion. You have anything to add value, you can get caught up on the previous. So that's the research part of blockchain, Ethereum blockchain. Then there is a whole development part of it. There is every 2 weeks there is the Ethereum core developer call.
Okay.
So it is the recordings are on YouTube. The summaries are on Twitter. After every core dev meeting, all the minutes are put on Twitter as threads. So you can completely get caught up on the current development activities of Ethereum, what the devs are doing right now, Ethereum Foundation devs, and they're working with some other ecosystem devs. So you can actually get caught up there. Then there is something called Ethereum R&D Discord group. You can join the Discord group. So and there's one more Discord. So you can join this Discord, and you can actually shadow the conversations with that the Ethereum devs are doing, and you can see public conversations. And you can join, you can contribute. So that's how people from different parts of the world end up contributing, and they ask for help. They say, we want our, let's say right now, they have a repository where they need documentation help. The best way you can start is by contributing to the GitHub with the small errors, small documentation assistance, helping with all of that. So you can actually even get started with no tech, with very low tech tech understanding. So you can, this is where you can go and start keyed in. Then the next thing is, if you if you're interested in learning about core technology, cryptography, like zero knowledge is one. Zero knowledge tech is one area. So there are Telegram groups. One of them is called, which is great, which is called there is something called Zero Knowledge podcast. So it's every week, every 2 week that this thing, the podcast comes out, and they also have a Telegram group. This is Zero Knowledge podcast. I don't know if you see. So this is the Telegram group. So you can go there and you can ask questions. You can get leads, latest research. Really the smartest people are here. So that is for zero knowledge tech. If you want to look at the scaling part of this, I told about core blockchain is the first part, which I spoke about how you can go and participate and all that. The second thing is the whole scaling solutions, which is bridges and layer twos, right? Which is so the bridges is Connext is what I shared. That's actually industry experience, what I shared some time back. You can run a router for Connext. You can participate in different, you can be a builder route. There is this, so you can ask questions and people will help you, handhold you into running the network infrastructure for bridge infrastructure for blockchains. So there are other bridges. There is something called Socket, again, Indian setup. You can just go and participate. They want help. You can go, their documentation is public. You can say you want to, there are interesting discussions. Even the founders are available. They're very happy if you have something interesting to share or something interesting you want to spend and learn. They will also, because it's of help to them. Socket is another one. LiFi is a third one. LIFI. So you have these bridging technology solutions in layer 2, so-called. You have Optimism, again, open source repository. It's a GitHub repository. You can go and try to contribute. They will not gate it. It's not a company, not like a company which will say, hey, you can't contribute to my code, or you can't reach out and do stuff. So that is Optimism. They have got their Discord. There are builder channels. You can go and say, I want to build or I want to contribute in some way. Optimism is one. Arbitrum is another one. And ZK Sync is third one. Starknet is one more. So these are all layer 2s. You can go to the Discord and kind of get started in. So it's a little bit of chicken and eggs to start. Nah? Like if you want to start, but you need some expertise that you need to go with. But for you to start adding value. But to start adding value, you need some exposure to start learning. Right, you are on a blank slate. You are smart, you are talented, but blank slate. Then you want to learn so that you're able to contribute, right? So that Discord is a place where you can get started. They will point you in the right direction. It's very accessible. Literally, there are they're looking to they're happy to have contributions from smart people. So that is scaling. And third is obviously Web3. Web3 has DeFi. Web3 has NFTs. Web3 has DAOs. So DeFi is go to the DeFi protocols, open source repositories. I mean, all the major DeFi are open source. You can look at the code, study code. They're looking for contributors. Devs are in high demand. So if you know Solidity, or if you know Yul, or if you know, you can go there and well, say I'm a dev. How can I contribute, right? And they'll say, then they'll say, okay, can you do this? And that's a good way to get started. There are tasks, or you can hang around and you can say, I want to help. And NFTs are the same. The gaming, you want to go to Loot project. Loot is an open source metaverse being created, gaming project which is being built. There are 10 loot projects, so they're all open source, they're all public, there are no owners, so you can go to loot, and every week, every Wednesday, there's a town hall, projects present, so then you can figure out which this is an interesting project. Like Realm, Loot Realm is a project which is very interesting. They're building on Stacknet. They're looking for devs, obviously they'll be happy to have, so you can go there and you can contribute. So that's the broad answer now. But if you want to, like, it's then beyond that, it depends independent, individual. It's a little bit interaction, sharing, and well, like, then I can help. If you have some specific ideas, look at all of this, you have specific ideas, you tell me. You can use me as a sounding board, saying, I went and I'm more interested in, let's say, gaming, and I want to contribute. And then I'll say, okay, then what happened? You went to Loop project, did it work out for you, did not? So it can be interactive. Then I can be a sounding board and kind of help sharpen the initiative that you're taking. But initiative the person has to take. And the good thing about 4, 5, 6 people doing it, if one person takes the initiative to get somewhere, it helps the others, right? And
Mm-hmm.
doing one person does, and it helps the other. So that way you will learn from each other also. And the thing is, that's what I think is, it's really accessible. It's not like any other AI you have to apply as an intern to a company. Crypto is not at that stage. It's very early stage. The fact that blockchain is actually public means literally all the building is happening in public. So blockchain data is public, like your address is public. I can see what all your interactions are. So that is part is beneficial, is that the projects are all public. At least all the most exciting projects are all public. So that's why it's a question of initiative. And then you have hesitation, then you can ask me specific questions, and then I can try and help you there. Like, this is a very broad question you have told, na, ki I want to do internship, corporate internship, what should I do? That's a very open question. Now I told you these are the 4, 5, 6 places you can do to core blockchain development, or you can go to scaling, which is bridging and L2s, or you can choose Web3. In Web3s, there is DeFi, NFTs, and this, which means you spend some time, go to their Discord or see, look at their project, interact. If you find gaming exciting, then you come back and tell me I'm interested in gaming, then I can help you better.
Okay. Also, like, one more thing, like as I said, this, so like currently internship session is going on. So it's basically after third year, and after end of third year, so we get to go to internship. So for that we have to sit now, and like if we get selected now, so we cannot back out. So like I'm like a little like I've not made up my mind whether to sit or not. Like by this time, would I be having some good crypto opportunities available or not? So like how do I decide that? Matlab, should I sit or not, or should I just do crypto and uh, wait?
What is your
Okay.
crypto exposure so far? You've spent some time, so I assume you have learned Solidity, and right?
Mhm.
And what else
Yeah.
have you done?
Like I have mostly read books. Like I've read the token economy book, and that only. Like I'm reading docs of Ethereum, Ethereum, and like I explored DAOs one day, the whole day. Like I saw like how to go through about exploring DAOs and NFTs also. Like I'm basically, I have basic layer level knowledge of blockchain and all the, like, let's say majority of the components in blockchain ecosystem, and like I know a little bit of coding in Solidity, I would say. So yeah.
So there is one part of this thing, right? So reading of crypto actually gives you very kind of limited exposure. Development does. You develop something on testnet and you deploy. That is a different thing. That helps. But reading itself, only reading, just gives you limited kind of exposure. What I want to show, like, blockchains are very powerful. So what I can show you is, um, like how you can uh, do more than just reading. So like, for
Mhm.
example, I'll share my screen. I mean, some stuff is very straightforward. Like for example, uh, I want to, let's say, you can see my screen,
Mhm.
let's say, right? So what is the app, let's say, for DeFi, what we uh, like a little bit learn more about DeFi itself is, you can go to Etherscan, and let's say my address, right? This is my address. So you can paste the address and you can see that all the interactions that I've done, and you can actually look at the code of that and see what interaction happened and how anything happened. So this is my past, one of my past interactions, Uniswap v3. So this is a transaction. So this is open public. This is my address. This is on the Ethereum blockchain called Etherscan. This is a block scanner. Okay.
Mm.
And block scanner, this is the current price. This is the address. And this it tells you the transactions for that address. These are all the details. So I picked one transaction. Let's say this one, I picked one, I think, right one, V3 Uniswap. This transaction I picked and opened in a new tab. So this is the details of that transaction. What happened in that transaction is this address, my address interacted with this contract. And it says this is a Uniswap V3 contract. And then it transferred this much ETH and it converted to wrapped ETH. So these are the details of the transactions. Okay, so from this contract to this address, this much was transferred, so on and so forth. You can look at this in detail. So this is how much detailed and available the information is. And then let's say this is Uniswap v3 contract. So if I want to look at that contract, I click on this contract. Okay, which contract did this address interact with? And then it says this is actually the contract address. Right here is the contract address. And then you say, okay, this is a contract, right? So if I want to look at the code of the contract, right? So I went to the contract and I said the code of the contract is right here. So this is the code that my address interacted with. So I'm drilling deeper, and this is actually the solidity code of the Uniswap contract right here. So it says like all the contract details are here. So this is where blockchain is very powerful. Like you can actually look at the code that your interacted with. And then it says, I can actually then, there is read contract. I can actually read, and I can actually interact with the contract from here, right here. I can actually write contract. What I did using the interface. So this is the Uniswap interface. Right. So this is the Uniswap interface where I can, interact with this. What I could actually have done is I can interact directly with the smart contract using Etherscan. This is this Uniswap application goes and hits the smart contract. So actually I can say this amount and this token address I put, I can actually write the to the smart contract. So this is the power of blockchains, where any smart contract on the blockchain you can interact directly without having to go through any app. These are like public and open APIs. Okay, right here. So I can actually click here and it will take me to, and so this is just this one interaction that I did. The same, you choose anything, mine, let's say OpenSea is a smart contract. OpenSea is a NFT marketplace, right? So this is, what I showed you here, when I showed you Uniswap, right? So this is the Uniswap smart contract. When I clicked on that, this is the app for Uniswap. When I clicked and swapped the tokens, this is where the smart contract got executed. So this is the level of understanding you don't get by reading books, by interacting with applications, by digging deeper, by using the blockchain. Right. And this is, as I said, Etherscan. This right now is, this is this interaction with OpenSea. I'll open OpenSea for you. So this is the OpenSea, the application, and I interact on this. It goes, so it writes to the blockchain, right? And which means right now I can see this is the OpenSea smart contract right here. My address interacted with the OpenSea smart contract. I clicked on the OpenSea smart contract, and then I can look at the contract. Okay, these are all the transactions that have hit the smart contract. This is a very active smart contract, right? 2 minutes, 3 minutes getting executed. So I go to contract. I see this is the entire smart contract. Then I can write directly, instead of using the interface, I can go and write directly to this, right? So this is the same UI. This UI I go, it hits this smart contract. I would have used this OpenSea UI, it would have hit this smart contract. And this is the code. I can read the solidity code that got executed. So this is the thing about blockchain apps. Now everything is public. This is open. This is code, right? This is open source code. See, like this is literally the code. And I go to GitHub, it's the exact same code that got executed, right? And if you want to go and so this is the entire code. This is the bytecode. They have not actually given the code here. This only this part, but otherwise you see every section has got the verified code right here. So this is the thing you don't get by reading the thing. Let me, if I go to
I get
OpenSea,
that.
okay. So let's say I go to any NFT. Let's say I go to, right. So I go to, let's say there is a project that, let's say Bored Ape Yacht Cup. Everybody has heard of Bored Ape, Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay. So this opens up on OpenSea. So I go to Bored Ape Yacht Club. So the thing is, where does the NFT lie? It lies on the blockchain. It is not in OpenSea. It is not anywhere else. So this is the tokens are everywhere. So this, let's say any one token. This is a token. Each is a token. Okay. I click on the token, and then I go to the token. Once I go to the token, you get all the details. But right below, you see every interaction that has happened with the token, right? And not only do you find, but I can also look at the transaction in Etherscan. If I click on this right here, it'll open up, the token opens up in Etherscan. Okay. And then from here, I can actually find the token. Like this is actually the token, right? 5672 token ID. It is the same as this token ID. This is 5672. So this is actually the 5672 token ID on the blockchain. Official site, Bored Ape Yacht Club. The contract, this is a Bored Ape Yacht Club contract. This is a Bored Ape Yacht Club, that 5672 token ID. This is the contract. Okay. So then I go, I can actually examine that. I click on the contract. I go to the Bored Ape Yacht Club contract. This is the Bored Ape Yacht Club contract. Okay. And then I go to the contract, exact same. I can read the entire code of the contract. And I can buy and sell from Etherscan directly. Right. So this token, you see this image and this token, everything, the metadata for this token, the token details are not in the OpenSea website. It's not in the database of OpenSea. It is on the blockchain. So when a buyer buys from this token, the transaction happens on the blockchain. So these are the things you may not catch if you are only reading. Whereas if you buy NFTs, if you mint NFTs, then if you do an OpenSea swap, then you start examining, click, what happened, where it went. That is how you learn that what exactly is happening on the blockchain. Now this whole Etherscan is very powerful. If I go to Etherscan, it is telling me what is the price and what is the total value, what is the gas price. Do you know what gas price is? So every transaction to commit to the blockchain, it costs you gas. So then you can see this is the current gas price. You can see what's the difficulty level. Difficulty is minor difficulty. So there is something called hash rate for every cryptographic problem, every block to be added. There is miners have to solve a computation problem of a certain difficulty. So this is the current difficulty. This is the hash rate. Right. This is then 14. Then you can see what's the block number. This is the latest block. This right here. Current block of Ethereum is 151.00952. That's the block ID. This is the miner who added that block. Okay. I can go to that block and see what are all the transactions in that block. Who mined? This is the block. This is the block, current block, latest block. This is the block height. This is the miner who this said, and click to see more. You can see literally everything, which is the parent hash, which is the, how it happens. There is a block, there is a parent hash, and the hash of the block. So you can examine the entire blockchain from here. Okay. So there you can, all the transactions in this block, there are 29 transactions in this block, 151.00952. So this is the entire block of the blockchain. You can examine the Ethereum blockchain entirely from this. Same for Polygon, called Polygon Scan. Same for Arbitrum, called Arbiscan. Same for Avalanche, called Snow Scan or something. Each blockchain has a scanner, block scan. So these are the tools. Then there is analytics. You're interested in any project, right? So you can create analytics. Open source data tools are there. So you can learn literally everything about. You want to learn about Uniswap. I showed you Uniswap. You want to learn about Uniswap. What do? You look at the smart contract on GitHub. You can look at the smart contract in Etherscan. You know Solidity. So you understand the interactions. You interact with it. Then you go to Discord. Then you speak to them. Ask them questions. If they're interested, they'll give you tasks. And if there's something, so stuff like that. This is how it's all open public.
Okay.
Right. So that's the power of blockchain, that also gives you so many ways, and really they are very happy to receive uh, people who know about blockchains, because not too many devs and everything know. The second thing what you can do is, of course, there are these communities. If you want to get started, go to Rabbit Hole GG. I shared the URL, Rabbit Hole.
Ah,
So
mm,
there, the Discord, go to the Discord. All the beginners are there. Devs, beginners days are there. So then you
mm,
can interact and say, what do I do? Where can I go? There is a project DAO called Developer DAO. Have you heard of
mm.
it? Do you know?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I think I'm a member of Developer DAO. So okay, I'll share the screen. So that is a Discord. You go to Developer DAO Discord and ask questions. You can find the subgroup. You can go to layer 1, you can go to Web3, you can go to DeFi, you can go to NFTs and see people are sharing their projects. I did this, I did that, I'm looking for this. Can I collaborate and all of that? You can just go and hit that up, right?
Mm,
When it comes to specific thing where you're saying you want to do, interning in blockchain vendors, and if you want help, where help from me as to for you to find a blockchain internship, then we can talk about that specifically, right? If that's what you're interested, this is like the broad answer, right? If you want a specific thing, okay, you want to do internship in blockchains,
mm,
then you can tell me, right? Which what are you interested in? Do you want to go into DeFi project, NFT projects, or do you want to be a contributor to core developer, or you want something which is, I'm open to all of them, but I want some place where that they will take me as an intern, right? I want to
mm,
point to the opportunity, right?
mm,
So that is a conversation we can have if you're interested, right?
mm.
Then I can try and help you that, right now you can tell me, right, what exactly is it like? Okay, you tell me you want me to tell you the projects which may be looking, and so you'll go and check and talk to them and things like that, huh? Is that what you're
Yeah,
looking for?
yeah, that also, like I was basically looking for any research intern as such, like
Sorry.
um, a research intern, like where they get to research more about these topics, like not exactly developer, but research role, like content writer, more or less. I think like developer also I can explore, but I'm just like I just want the part where I can get the maximum knowledge, I guess. Uh, all so like the thing is key that also like I have been doing projects, like I did that on build space, solidity I did, but like I'm pretty directionless. So like unless like there is something like a 10-day goal or a 30-day goal that I will by the end of this time I will be learning this. So like I want something like that, like a planned goal where I am doing little by little things every day. uh, this thing. So like we have a team of five, and we like every one of us exploring something of their own on their own. And like I said, people are also doing interns and preparing for intern sem also, like which will happen. So like I'm not sure how much time they can give. So if we can just give the team a roadmap, let's say okay, one day you just do this, second do this, and by the end of 10 days you will have this project. So something of this, like a more guided approach to learning blockchains. Like we have been doing this thing for quite some time, like past. So
Yeah.
something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, so the typically an internship now is ends up being industry experience, means doing what the industry is doing, right? So it is not going to be, have you done any internships?
Like I was an intern at Tire. It was basically strategy and operations intern. So like it was not
Ah.
much beneficial, I will say, in terms of learning, but like I did get some experience a little, but it was not that beneficial. Like my ultimate goal is to build applications around it. Like I do see envision this as something which is going to uh, like bring on a great revolution. So I just want to catch up on that. Like I want
Yeah,
to be that
so
capable.
yeah,
So yeah.
so if you want to be building apps now, then you want to uh, b- work, take internship as a developer.
Okay.
Just
Hmm.
just researching and learning stuff may not take you in the direction of becoming a blockchain developer.
Mm.
building blockchain apps. To build blockchain apps, you want to intern as a developer. You want to contribute to code, or you want to work with the developer team, and then you want to work with them, right? So in that case, so then just to be clear, it is not going to be I will research zk rollup today, zk says technology today, and come back and give you a report and I'll write up a document. It's not going to be like that.
Mm.
It is going to be learning code. Okay, do you know solidity? If they'll say help you write, or give you a task of contributing to their code base, right? So it's going to be a developer task. It is not going to be a research task.
Okay.
Okay, if that is something that, and then it's then beyond that, it is between the project and you, right? Between the developer, his cadence and your cadence. Like there may be a developer who will just say, give you a task and ask you after 2 weeks, somebody may be interested in interacting. Then it's the internship. Once you land the internship, but I don't have any internships to offer. Like I don't have any developer internships to offer myself. But there are projects which I can say straight off the bat, they may be looking for, they are looking for contributors. Jedi Swap is one of them, which is building an AMM, decentralized exchange on top of Starknet. It's an Indian team. They are looking, they're pretty open in their development model. They look for devs. So Jedi Swap is one of them that I can think straight off the bat. You can go and talk and say, I'm interested in contributing as a developer, and this I'm an internship and stuff. Then in terms of, I think maybe Web3 projects are the best fit for you guys in that case. And there are others. Let me think. Web3 is a better place, if you're talking about scaling solutions like bridges, and then if you're talking about something else, if you're talking about even core blockchain, that is really hardcore. That is, so Web3 is a better place for you to start thinking about internship. So I'll think maybe there are other leads that I will find and share in Web3, which they may be looking for interns. Beyond that, it is for you to go and explore and talk to them, saying, I'm looking for internship. Right.
I will also explore.
And then I'll send you some links of folks who are looking for interns and developer resources and all of that.
Okay. Also, like, yeah, so like with this, I will have some background of developer. So,
Sorry?
the part like with this, like let's say if I got an intern and I'm doing some things as a developer, so I will get some knowledge about like what is really happening and what the industry needs. So, like, what would it really take to build an application, like to envision, uh, what will be required in the future and to build an application? I have to read quite a lot about that, right?
I would say more than reading, it is like, for example, I have literally used every blockchain application out there.
Okay.
I know, and I've done some reading, but if I have to say that without actually using literally DeFi, there is lending, there is borrowing, there is DEXs, there are derivatives, there are 3-4 types of derivatives. Then there is Oracle dependent, there are those dependent. It's not like, okay, if I'd read about all of this, it would just be just words, right?
Mm-hmm.
But really using the application, like for example, let's say for you it's hard to imagine. That's the example I gave on WhatsApp also. If there is somebody who's time traveled from 1980, okay, you don't know how that is, but let's say they come today and you have to explain the internet to them. Okay, you will give him a textbook of IP, internet IP, TCP IP textbook, how network this happens, server client model. Then you will give him all documentation about web framework. Then you will give him documentation about cloud. Then you will give him documentation on front end development, back end development, right? And then they will try and learn all of that. Alternatively, what you will do, let's say, is their education complete, and one person understood. Second person, let's say you will give them a mobile phone, set them up
Mm.
with the Wi-Fi connection, and download some apps on their phone, ask them to download, so they connect to the internet, download the app, tell them buy a book on Amazon, or buy
Mm.
a and buy some clothing on Mintra, order food, this then, and then you tell them go and post a image on Insta, then you will tell them engage in a discussion on Reddit. So they do all this, then they get, okay, this is okay, that is why internet is amazing. Earlier I used to only use a handheld phone, and then I used to only speak somebody. Now I can get everything real time. I had TV, but I had to watch the TV at a certain time only. I can't watch the program I want anytime. Now it will streaming. Like you watch, get them to watch Netflix. They understand why Netflix is awesome,
Mm.
right? And then that is how you look at the applications. That's how you get ideas about what is lacking. You use the
Mm.
applications. That is how you get idea about what is lacking, what can be improved.
Mm.
Whereas if you read, generally what happens is, people who do tech, who do, they spend some time, they write a book, they edit, then they get it published, or they put it somewhere, it's already 1 year old, it's 6 months to 1 year old.
Mm.
So there is an entire cycle of writing also, and there is limitation as to how much, what you will learn. Coding is real. You deploy code, that is real. You use application, that is real. So it needs to be a balance of both.
Mm.
You definitely need. That's why while I created the document, I also asked you to do rabbit hole. It's not complete by itself. Doing rabbit hole
Mm.
is the easiest way, but otherwise you go out. Unfortunately, in blockchain today, to use an application, it costs money.
Mm.
So, but you need to use the application. You need to put $100, $200 worth. If it is too much for you people, you can create one common wallet,
Mm.
and you can put, and then each of you can use that one wallet to kind of get a hang of it, right?
Mm.
That's why I sent you whatever I could send and all that. I sent you some money earlier, because without
Mm.
that, without actually using that, you can't really get the hang of it. And by
Mm.
using that, you get ahead of 70% or 50%, 60% of the people, because they don't, without money you can't get started. So by putting and using these apps, you get ahead of so many people. And as I said, once you interact with Uniswap, you can look at the code, what happened.
Mm.
So it's very powerful. You interact with an app, you figure out what is actually happening, and Solidity, you can actually go through it. A good amount of learning happens by reading code.
Mm.
Reading production, you already know Solidity, so you can read code. So it's all open source, and it's all there on Etherscan. You interact with an app, you read the code of what exactly happened in that interaction.
Mm.
And that puts you about, as I said, 70-80% ahead of literally everybody else. And on your path, you want to know what use case, what app to make.
Mm.
It puts you on that path.
Mm.
So reading is half the work. Reading C is important because not everybody reads. So those who read, they get a better, more, they have a more, balanced view picture. It's not snapshot, but that is only half. It's like half knowledge, especially with the direction that you're going. If you were getting into zero knowledge, theoretical, then you obviously books are literally 80-90% of it.
Mm.
Whereas if you want to build an app, you want to learn Solidity, yes, you want to deploy smart contract, you want to use smart contracts, and you want to intern with the projects which are building in Web3.
Also, like, would you like to come to IT to like give uh, I don't know, like some intro session to students here? Like, we are
Yeah,
starting
sure,
this club,
sure.
so like, would you like to come offline or online? Like, you can
Offline is more convenient, and physically traveling to Delhi and all is not this. And today it's not required also. Literally everything happens online.
So online would be okay, na?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
happy
like,
to do that. Yeah.
I will let you know, like, if of the like when we are planning to conduct sessions and all for the
Okay.
students also. Okay, so I think I will, like, what I will do, like, I just want some fixed things to do every day. So yeah, like, I will fix some discords and like ask for some projects and continue to build some projects on build space, I guess.
Yeah.
Buildspace.io looks cool. So I think that's what I will do for the next few days. Buildspace.io, make some projects, and I will let you know the progress.
Yeah,
like
not
what
just me. So
all I have
then,
done.
yeah, what you also go to is go to Jedi Swap. If you do, you have a GitHub repo. Have you done any Solidity code deploy? You have done the test on testnet, but share
Hmm.
your GitHub repo there. Go to Jedi. Tell them you're doing internship. Saying share your repo there. Then I'll share off the top of that. I'm not thinking, but there are 4, 5, 6, 8 other projects. You can go there also. Go to
Okay.
socket.io and tell them I'm learning Solidity, I'm internship. Can you this socket.io?
Okay. Right.
That's a second. That's a bridging tech Indian startup, very accessible team. Oh, there are so many
Mhm.
Indian startups, dude. There is something called Orange Wallet. They're also pretty good. Good teams, lean team, fresh team. They want people. Again, Indian team. Then there is something called Timeless. Uh,